Flathead.
Oh man, that's fine. As long as you know
Oh,
you the Phillips head.
old blockhead.
Blockhead. What's up, y'all? MB here with Fred and Ken. Live. Sorry I'm a little late. I had a little family business I need to take care of. So I'm here. I'm tired because I had a little family business to take care of. But I'm here. Welcome to the channel. We discuss cardio solutions for people who are street leaders. You know, 212s, 2.8s, 210s, amp, mid and high amp, how to get it started, what components we like, this, that, and another. And that's it, man. That's what we do here. That's what we do here. So if you got any questions, please ask, because that's what we're here for, ask questions with the dollars that we have. Nobody here claims to be a master, we call that guru. We're learning,
Expert.
expert. We're still learning as we go along. We might have a little bit more knowledge than you do, or we can be able to tell you a mistake not to make that we have already made. Okay, so keep that in mind, and let's move forward. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all go and ask some questions, man.
Anthony, man, glad I could help, brother. Overdriving the signal can definitely have your system shutting down, man.
Facts.
Glad we could help, brother.
Burn up a MOSFET.
Uh,
Well, mine was shutting down, bro. Like sending too high voltage to the amp, and it was just shutting out every now and again. Didn't know why. Come to find out, I was sending way too much voltage for that LC2I. I think that LC2I can send up to what, MB 12 volts to the amp or something.
what LC2I?
That LC2I Pro.
Not. I don't think it's 12 volts. I think it's 9 or 10. Not a 10 volts.
Yeah,
LC2I goes because it's a line driver.
yeah,
But I don't think it's 12 volts, but I think it's up to 10. Most amps, they're not competition. It's either 8 or 10 volts. And the higher the voltage is, I think we see because let me explain something about gain. If you look at the gain here's a good illustration right here. Okay, I'm gonna look at the gain on this kicker amp because it's gonna tell you what the knob is. Okay, input level gain control. The input gain control is not a volume control. It matches the output of the source unit to the input level of the amplifier. Maximum power out of the amplifier is possible with the gain in the lowest position. Incorrectly setting the gain can result in distorted output or damage and premature failure of speaker. For a quick setup, turn the source unit to output three-quarters of the volume. If the source unit goes to 30, turn to 29, 25. Slowly turn it clockwise to gain on the amplifier so you can hear audible distortion. Then it turn it down a little. Now let me tell y'all something. When they say until you hear audible distortion, your speakers are not hooked up when they tell you how to set up like that. If you do not have your speakers hooked up and it's relatively quiet where you're setting the gain, when you have the bass boost, EQ flat, everything like that, and you go turn that gain, even before that light come on, you'll hear the amp clip. It's a note. It's a noise. You clip it. You clip it. But even you'll know it then. But before you get to that audible distortion, that's why these lights come with the clip light. Before you get to that audible distortion that you can hear, it's already clipping, and that's why they give you the clip light. So you can see before you get to that level, and you clip it right here too. And as the manual says, read this book. That's why they put this book in here, not because they want to spend extra money and just you not read it. They put this book in there so they can give you some basic tips on how to set it. Fortunately, these apps come with does the no the wars doesn't come with a clip light on the remote. No, it doesn't. Yeah, the Warhorse doesn't come with a clip out. I think the LX, all the LX apps does, but not the Warhorse. And maybe because that has something to do with that competition mode. But if you turn the game, you will hear it. It's not hooked up to the speakers. It's the board itself is vibrating, and you're gonna hear that noise, and then you clip it back off from there. I'm just trying to see if they tell us what the gain is
On what?
on the like. What's the is it 0.2 to 6? Or most times with the game, it'll tell you exactly what you're adding to the amplifier. So
Um,
yeah, that's it's a they tell you the frequency they set it like, and that's all you're doing. You when it says gain, you're bringing your voltage up to what's coming in.
mm,
You're bringing your voltage up on your amplifier. I believe I'm correct to what's coming in. So if you got 2 volts coming in and the amplifier needs 6, you're going to have to turn your gain to 4 to get an input and get the full power down. If you got, and I think it goes down to, I know you're matching the signal. I'm trying to figure out how to voltage because that's what's actually happening in the game. There's little increments of voltages that are being added to the amplifier signal to match your head unit signal. Once you get those calibrated together, then the amplifier can amplify whatever you tell it to come in based on your volume knob and how much power you actually sending with your pentameter. People say, man, I don't want all that bass. A lot of people tell you, I see with the volume knob is going to dictate that. It's good just to have some headroom because it's best to have it and don't need it than need it and don't have it. Now, before we got up here, we was talking to Fred, who is a dispenser of a lot of information. Sometimes the information is because he's a bass head. And sometimes he would have you buying, yeah, yes. You know, just falling back. He have you buying stuff that you might not necessarily need. Now, recently, I want to read y'all comment below. Fred told me that his A&L fuse, one of these, is reading higher on one side than the other. And he says there's he got a A&L fuse that's 1 ohm reading 1 ohm of resistance, which means that he's losing voltage. And he told me that I can get my voltage drop peak by going to these ceramic fuses. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So I ordered these, and I'm going to order. I ordered some Steve Meads too. Now, mind you, my voltage drop is going to occur because I only run AGM at this point. So AGM doesn't recover as fast as lithium. It recovers pretty fast, but not as fast as lithium. Lithium refreshes and fast. Now, I'm not using lithium because I'm where I'm gonna put it. I really like to keep my vehicle functional. I don't want to put a battery up under my seat when I got 2 battery trays up front. I want to take something out and put it in there. A subscriber of mine named Tim, he recently sent me a cap that he's using from Excess Power. Now, caught in a quandary for using that, but sometimes it is what it is because y'all know how I feel about him getting to all that because it is what it is. I haven't found about a good supplier that can replicate what he has. But y'all tell me, is there any way any other company we can get batteries from besides Excess Power?
I wish. I really wish, man. We need that.
They the biggest. They the biggest out there, ain't they? Unless
Yeah.
you go to specialized.
you got North Star batteries been out there for a while, right?
They
They
don't fit.
pretty dependable.
They
Or
don't. They
no?
don't fit vehicles. That's the
Uh,
only hospital batteries. I'm looking for a battery that I can put inside my. And see, he got a lock on that. That's something that honestly, when everybody was making subwoofers and amps, but Scotty Johnson was smart. He said, "I'm not gonna come out with a car. I'm gonna sell gas to put in the car. I'm not gonna cover the amp and the speaker at this point. I'm gonna make my money. Once you put this stuff inside the vehicle, you got to increase your current and your amperage. I'm gonna sell you the batteries. By doing that in a very short period of time, I don't know how long they've been in business, but in a very short period of time, he's able to amass a lot of money because everybody needed batteries, some kind of electrical upgrade, and for a long time, it was either the battery they gave you from their dealership, a Duracell, or what they call it, what that one, Head Start batteries or Dead Start batteries. There was nobody. The only
Mm-hmm.
battery that was known was excess power. So he was able to amass a big fortune. And now he's buying up audio companies. He bought up Equipment Audio, he bought up Sundown Audio. That plus battery gives him a very good footing in cardio, whether you like him or not. Uh, so the batteries, I think I gotta be straight up true with you. Until somebody else can have the catalog he has, the message power batteries do what they're supposed to do. They do what they're supposed to do. He got AGM, he got lithium, he got all the OEM applications. I mean, that's just what it is. He got a lock on that, especially with the AGM market. He got a lock on that because a lot of people ain't going lithium. So he got so many different options, capacitors and all that. He's deep. He was able to what's this full river batteries? Somebody said I heard about it. I thought it was full throttle. Let me look. Let me look at this.
Full throttle is lithium, aren't they?
No, they got AGM. I remember full
They got
throttle.
AGM too.
I mean, you got outside of excess power, you got like dude just said, kinetic. You got Shuriken, Mesa, but they don't have the
Catalog.
catalog like excess power does. Excess power practically got the game on lock when it come to that. And that right there, what's the other one? Even when you go to lithium, they practically got the game on lock unless you build a skill set yourself. Who else got some glow voltage, JY, limitless? What's the main thing everybody gonna trust? They gonna go to the name they've been seeing. Excess power, four wheelers, dirt bikes,
Yeah.
little 4-stroke go karts. They going to excess power. So they got it.
That's true.
Unfortunately, I think somebody gonna rise up though. I got a feeling. What's that company? Glow Voltage. I think they're gonna be the one that's gonna rise up later on to
I
catch
keep
them.
hearing about that glow voltage, but I'm looking at the website. Full throttle got some batteries too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I
Full
took the
full,
fuse
full
apart too.
river. Full river.
This all that's on the inside, MB, on the little cheap fuse. I took it apart. That's all there, the little flimsy piece. Now I wonder why I was in there shaking.
Well, the reason why it's in that shape is simply this. Okay. A certain amount of current can pass through a certain amount of surface area before it fails. When you uh Vincent was talking about current and wire, and you
Mm-hmm.
know how thread and the wire gonna get heated up. Well, the reason why they make that shape because they have decreased the surface area. So much current goes through there, that little surface area they have is going to heat up and it's going to blow.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how a fuse actually operates. That's why when you were saying what you were saying, I was like, it's possible, but you would see some degradation inside that little small piece. It goes from you see how wide this is?
Mm-hmm.
See how wide it is
That's
right here?
Steve Mead.
No,
Mm-hmm.
it's not Steve Me. I'm compare. Now,
Okay.
this when you take that off, then you see how thin it is in the middle?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, only so much amperage current can go through this little bit. A lot can go through here, but when you try to bottleneck it here, if it exceeds the surface area that this thing can transition from this side to that side, it's gonna melt.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this ceramic is supposed to be the fuse doing what it's doing, but at the same time, it's supposed to keep this piece cool.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm gonna tell you something from the one that you got. When you get that Steve Mead in your hand, I'm gonna tell you one thing you're gonna notice. That Steve Mead ceramic fuse has some weight to it compared to these. So I AI searched it. I made a video about it. AI said the bigger your amp draw is, that little small difference in voltage gets big. So the only thing really that was holding my voltage up is the fact that I got an X-Max 90 back there. If I didn't have an X-Max 90, it'd be ugly. That's how AI explained it, and I can see that because if the voltage drop with me sitting there with the truck idling, I seen that difference. Imagine what it's like when I'm riding full tilt, or when I just turn the music up full tilt. How quick am I losing that voltage and that lithium having to keep recharging? How much can it really do? How much is it really getting limited? How much of that current is actually making it back there from that front battery to that back battery to the amp? Then think about this. If I got that voltage drop just across the two fuses running to the back through the 2-aught, what's happened to the 4 that's in the back? That's another voltage drop source. That's a lot of voltage difference. And it can get there pretty quick. The only reason I believe that I was actually fine this whole time is because I went overkill on my electrical. The X-Max 90 is big. It can hold some. Other than that, I would have dropped. I still got it up. The when I searched it with AI, yeah, it's still up. Right here. It say them little cheap A&L fuse, them cheap nickel, says the material that's used in here is a whole lot cheaper than the material that's on the inside of a better rated fuse that comes from SMD, Glow Voltage, and somebody else. Somebody that make these fuses for boats. Blue Sea Systems, and they make them for big boats. So
Now,
I ain't gonna lie to you. I got a big difference in performance. If you ask me, I can tell.
ZX Router. Who is ZX Router? Who this Tyson Brew?
That's T-Brew.
It's T-Brew.
For the price difference, you get the Warhorse over the LX3000. Either way, I will have the power supplied. Why did they make 2 amps? One 600 watts more than the other. The LX line is for sound quality. It's probably got some different features in it that will make it sound better because your system that you're listening to, my school of thought, and I think it makes sense. You're listening to your amplifier. That's why I was against full bridge amps for so long, because as I mean, they don't have the capacitance to hold the bass notes. But if they pay for the technology you can put in a half bridge into a full bridge, you won't tell the difference. And that's what Kick has shown me. You can make a full bridge sound exactly like a half bridge. You're going to have to pay the money for it, though. So that's what Kick has done. Now, there are still differences in amps. So even though they're close to rated power, which one, in your opinion, MB is going to sound better? The LX3000 is going to sound better, and it's going to be easier on your electrical. The Warhorse is made for brutality. You're going to give up a little bit of your sound quality in order to make massive amounts of power and keep it in a full bridge configuration. You see SQ guys always talking about the different amps they run. Everyone knows that most SQ guys love to have a Macintosh amp because it sounds so good. My channel here to tell y'all that, which is true, even though there's a lot of boys that used to be boys, now they're beefing with each other and they're doing the same thing that they used to promote among each other, but now they all got subwoofers. This new school coming up, a lot of them are rebadging the same thing, putting their name on it. If you sit there and listen to them, they'll tell you. If you really listen to them and don't get to your fanboy time, you'll really realize, man, they just making money off of you. None of the SQ guys talking about running no damn salt amp. Bruce's audio amp, Bobby Gator amp. They don't be talking about running that shit on sound quality setup. They talking about running Moscone, Alpine. They what's that? US amps. Because a subwoofer, y'all, is just a passive device. The name on the dust cap does not make it loud. It's just a passive device. It's just following instructions. And it will follow the instructions based on the enclosure it's housed in. I just read a comment and God said, if you tune about to 30 hertz, we will be tuned to 30 hertz. The only question I'm gonna ask you is that when I put the meter in there and the meter, the SSA meter says it's 30 hertz, what do you want to argue with now? The meter has no feelings. It's going to record and interpret and display to you what it heard, and it was sound pressure. So if I build a box tuned to 30 hertz, will it do 30 hertz? Yeah. My meter is attesting that what I'm saying I'm doing. Now, as far as this, I was talking about these amps and sound quality. There's a big difference between sound quality, and I think it got something to do with the slew weight, the dampening, and something else. Well, they get massive amount of amps, and then they run everything in full on because they want that control, that sound quality difference. Now, what would you got to ask yourself what you want to do with your system, and that's why I'm going from time to time because I'm a dealer. Like right now, I'm testing out this Warhorse. As far as I can tell, this joker is a beast. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a beast. This is a very, very powerful amp. I think a lot of people not getting the output that they want to get from because they following that social media Facebook crowd that likes to put large subwoofers in small boxes. And that has been pioneered. They don't believe in letting the box do something to work. They believe in let's see how many we can cram in a certain space without telling you that your impedance rise is gonna go up. Fred knows this, and I've seen this happen. I'm able to, when I put that lake up there, show me the 8-inch bills and the fantabulous scores. I figured out now why it never happened because they listen to the guys that tell them, nah, but you can put an 8 in 0.5, 0.6. Yes, you can. You can put it in 0.25 you want to. You can put that motherfucker in a goddamn Dixie cup and just plexiglass.
There you go.
Resin.
There you go.
You can put it in any goddamn thing you want to, but is it advisable to and just try to throw all this power to get a certain output? When you play low, you're gonna have to have a certain size resonator. So because I make an optimum resonator, i.e. bigger box, my impedance rise, as my people who get boxes for me as said, I have very little impedance rise.
Facts.
So the box is doing some work. There's no resistance going against it. When you start to try to cram large subwoofers in overly small boxes, so you can the quantity, particularly when you're doing these 8s under the seat of the truck, that's why my box beats somebody else's box that people know and they love them, but man, your box shit on that box. Damn sure we'll do it every time.
So
Because I'm actually giving it to you by space, not
so
by
break
quantity.
so break that down for me, MB man. I hear what you're saying resonator. Break it down in layman's terms because 30 hertz is 30 hertz, regardless if you playing it inside of a box or outside of a box. 40 hertz is gonna be 40 hertz, whether it's in a box, is in a goddamn underwater. 40 hertz is a sound tone. When you say resonator, right, it changes the amplification of that sound tone, right? Is that what you're trying to
Output,
say? And
output,
the output of it.
output. If
And
you got a 1Q box, that's a resonator, 1Q. You put 500 watts of power into it, you're going to get a certain dB score. You're going to lose a certain amount of power because 1Q. The woofer can work in 1Q. I say the woofer can work in 1Q up to 1.5. Any damn woofer. If you put in the smallest recommendation, you can throw more power to it. The reason why? They know why you can throw more power in the smallest recommendation? Because you're going to lose a lot of that power.
Fact.
It's going to turn the heat. That's why you can throw more power in it. They're not telling you that part. You can throw more power into it because it's going to turn the heat. And when the heat builds up in the voice core, you're not going to get that low score unless you got a whole bunch of them. Because now you're moving a lot amount of air. So you can take a lot of power in a smaller box. This is true. The reason why you can take a lot because you're gonna lose a lot of it. If you don't use the theory, let me cram as many as I can. And the reason why they do that, brother, is because you're getting information from SPL guys, big bill guys. That's all they do. They do big bills. They talking about messing with 20,000, 30,000 and make them feel manly.
I don't see why.
Well, it's white guys around here. It's even black guys, they think they big badass because the truck lift. You still get your ass whooped with a lifted truck. It don't make no motherfucking difference.
There you go.
Shit. 15 to 12. I mean, why other people come, man? They really think I'm a man, because I can float a baby in the child. That shit don't mean a motherfucking thing. You get your ass whooped doing that too.
Damn.
You can do 160, still get you. Run right over in Atlanta and they'll take your shit. They just straight up. You get out. Get out. So they don't tell you the reason why they can throw more power. Because you're gonna lose a lot of it. But if you put in a bigger resonator and let the box do some of the work, meaning 1 cube, 60 squares in the port area. The cones radiating, the ports radiating. 1.5 cubes, you don't use 60 squares in the port area. You do the commensurate amount. So if it's 16 for 1, and now you got 1.5, you got to add 8 to 16. Now you got 24 squares in the port area. No, you can't throw a lot of power there, but you're not going to need to because the 8 additional inches that you put to that 16, you're moving more air. Base is made by the rarefying and compression of air. Whoever moves the most air is going to be louder. So if you got one subwoofer in a 1 cube box on 1,000 watts, and that same subwoofer, according to the manufacturer, can play in the 1.5 too, and it's 1,000-watt driver, and you put it in there on 1,000 watts. The bigger box is going to be louder on far less power.
Facts.
The bigger box is going to be louder on far less power because you got a bigger resonator. I showed y'all that with the bottle, and the port's bigger. You got 2 radiating surfaces. The cone size is the same in both boxes, but the resonator, the port area on the bigger box is bigger than the smaller box. So now the lower wavelength can develop a lot easier, and the bass is deeper than trying to put this wavelength in the smaller box. But they don't tell you that shit. They tell you there's a lot of companies, especially when they put 4/8 on the seat. Then they tell you my woofer can work in the small box volume. All these motherfuckers work in the small box volume. But when they play low, real small box volume.
So that's why you keep saying the people trying to cram 410s and 4/8 up under the seat and whatnot, don't have the proper box volume. Yeah, they playing, but they ain't playing low.
They ain't playing low. I always say, let me put a meat on the shit. I see them all over social media, see them talking about it on podcast. Put the meat on the shit. That's all. Put the meat on it. My box, for my 2/8 box, Ken, what you was doing to 148?
The 2/8 box. While I was driving?
Yeah.
Or sitting still?
The video you sent me.
I'm
talking about before you put the big boy amp in there. What you was doing?
Oh, 143, 142? Yeah.
On the JP. And what frequency you was at?
Shit, I went down to 29.
2/8. Fred going low with 210s instead of he could put a third one there. He damn sure could. That score ain't gonna stay low.
Nope.
It ain't gonna stay low. Will he be louder? Yeah, he gonna be louder. He ain't gonna be low. See, he on discount. We do low shit. And that's why when I put that video up there, actually was showing their bill, they didn't want to, there ain't nobody can show me that shit except for Pure Sheet. Alexander, he got that Solo X at 1.25. Why he put on that big ass box? He also doing a 143 in that big ass box. Kicker and they love big boxes. The company that came out, and I ain't gonna use their name. Yeah, the fuck I am. Sundown. The company that came out.
There you go.
To sell you all these subwoofers in these small boxes because it benefits them. Yeah, I got a woofer. You can put a whole. And I hear them shit this shit all the time. And you not understanding. If you're chasing and giving out or giving frequency. Why you gotta buy so many of them to do that? Because what you're doing is you're moving so much air that once you get enough of them, yeah, you're gonna play low. But you could do the same thing with half of them and get the same DV score.
Yep.
You put them optimized on an optimized box, you're not gonna lose a lot of power. Your port got bigger and you're gonna get louder. But they don't want to do that. They don't. They don't add up. Fred, you said there's people that man Fred was showing Fred doing a 150 with 210 an optimized box. You can take I got a custom 12 doing a 150. I got a custom Vincent 159, just 315s. He ain't
You
got a
got a
fucking one.
customer with 4.8s doing a 50 ball too.
I got a customer with 4.8s. His box. We to the double wall his box now because he broke that. Believe it or not, man, that man the box broke.
Damn.
Yeah.
He tore the box up.
And the bottom fell out the motherfucker. He's in one little spot.
Damn.
Yeah. God damn. So now we're gonna double wall this box. But I offered him, I said, hey man, maybe some glue fill right there. I said, man, I'll rebuild the box. I stand by my work. He said, nah, I don't think it was your work, man. We're just gonna double wall this time. It's just a lot of power. And it's the fucking B2 audio rampages. It's the B2 audio rampages. I wish he could get more traction than he's getting, but I know what he up against because a lot of people have stole this technology. Uh, He's such a nice guy. He's so nice he pissed me the fuck off.
I know exactly what you're talking about now. Damn.
He's so fucking nice. He pisses me the fuck off with that. But that's my brother's trying to look over, man. I got my brother's keeper.
Yeah.
Until I got told him, you better not take that motherfucking picture this year. You better not take that motherfucking picture with this alleged fraud this fucking year. Don't lie yourself with that. Just say, hey,
I
nah.
really want to see him win too, man, because he is a nice guy, man. He builds really good product, bro.
Facts.
First 5
really
minutes
good
voice.
product.
First 5, they talking about this 5 minutes voice course shit now. Jay did that shit in 2019, couldn't get the sale. Now they talking about they gonna fucking do it. Other people talking about they gonna do it. They do this shit all the fucking time. This shit pisses me the fuck off as a black man. I'm gonna call it what it is.
Facts.
You do it, nobody want to talk about it. Nobody want to sell them by it, talk about you don't need this, that, another. Then you come around and do the exact same motherfucking thing. Well, I'm gonna call your bitch ass out on it. I'm gonna do the same thing that you did with DD. I'm gonna call you out on it. You and Sean Hill just said the shit wasn't necessary, was wasted. Bash the 25 weight. You fucktards came out and did the exact same fucking thing with the SDD and series. So you know, as I proved already, you the fucking fraud, liar. You know, keep doing them push-ups, eating right, and fast, whatever. Do whatever you want to do, but you better not say the wrong thing. I'm gonna bottle your bitch ass.
How about pay your bills, bro?
Yeah, pay your bills.
Pay your
for
bills,
real.
bro.
Yeah, that's just how that go. So I'm glad to be hated by some of these motherfuckers. I don't give a flying fuck. I don't care. And I'm gonna chew my goddamn gum. Yeah, I want to let y'all know that too.
Hey man, hold on, bro. I seen that earlier, man. What time people got to be looking at a grown man's mouth and what he put in his mouth, bro? Like real talk.
That's just a
like
pet
seriously,
peeve. Man.
You ain't got nothing else to do on the internet than watch what a grown man, another grown man put in their mouth. Seriously,
bro. Yeah, and then comment on it. Yeah, comment on it.
Comment on it. You want attention? You want a hug, motherfucker? Like, come on, straight up, really?
Yeah, hey, they
Come on, man.
That's just a pet peeve of mine. In life, you got a pet peeve watching motherfuckers chew gum. You need to get a fucking life, man. You ain't got no fucking life.
Straight up.
Facts.
Straight up.
Well,
how about stop looking? How about stop looking in a grown man's mouth?
That
got
too,
problems, bro.
That too. But before we continue on, I want to answer this dude's question. I had asked Mr. Barrow about that, where he put up there when he was talking about the 30 hertz box. He talking about the music from Apple Music. Apple Music does have songs that have 30 hertz, and it depends on the genre of music you listen to. If you listen to today's hip hop and R&B, it has 30 hertz in there. Now I'm with MBE on this. I don't like a box tuned to 30 hertz. I would rather tune mine to 33, 35, so I can get a lot of better bandwidth and go up in performance level with my subs, so they can go down a little bit below tuning and catch them notes. That's how I prefer to do it. But on Apple Music, Spotify, what the other one is? Pandora,
Hmm.
Title. Some today's hip hop and R, especially Future, Lil Baby. Well, shoot, all of them. They actually have songs that have 26 hertz up in them. So that's just an answer to your question. I just want to do the question.
And
Yeah, you do.
Spotify, Apple. I don't think Pandora does. I know Apple, Spotify. What's the other big platform? Tidal. I think they all have lossless music too. So when you're
Mm.
Yeah.
looking at sound quality and trying to pick up on a lot of those 30 hertz notes or 29 hertz notes that you might miss because it's compressed. And maybe that's what you're talking about too, brother. Like, you got to have some nice, decent sound quality coming through to actually pick up on a lot of the music or the full gambit of music to hear it, and a lot of these streaming platforms and picked up on that. You got to pay for it, but you're going to actually hear a lot of the music if you go lossless.
Yeah, some of my Apple music I be playing, the artists have it lossless. It sound way different. Way
Way
better.
better.
Way better. They be rebasing and say it's lossless. So I guess we mean it's not compressed, so you get the full signal. And
Correct.
it sounds crazy. Since I listen to my Nipsey, music, it sound like that. Now
A
this
lot
brother,
of the you a lot
go
of
ahead.
YouTube song, a lot of YouTube music when you play stuff on YouTube, man, it's compressed
Compressed,
and the
compressed.
sound quality is way off, bro. Like
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
stick to the major platforms, and if you can afford it, man, go to the lossless. You're gonna see a total difference in the music quality, bro.
So enough.
Facts. Big
What amp
facts.
do you prefer over the Warhorse and DD amp? See, that's why I get don't that's why I don't want y'all to be doing that. That's why the M5000 makes more power than the Warhorse. In this manual, they tell you all you need is 4 amps of fusion, and you're gonna get a little bit more than five. The M5000 fusion is 700. In my vehicle, I don't have the electrical with two AGMs to support a 700 amp draw. So even though I was running the 5,000, it behooved me always to run it at 2 ohms to do my score. Why? Because I can support about 4,000 with the two AGMs and the alternator. I can support about 4,000 watts. My best scores was at 2 ohms. They do roughly the same thing at 2 ohms, but the M5000 can do more at 1 ohm. The Warhorse is 36 at 1 and 25 at 2. The M5000 is 5,000 at 1, but it has a 700 amp draw, which means it can go way north of 5,000. And it's 3,000 at 2. I'm not seeing no dramatic difference between one another. One's half bridge though, and one's full bridge. The difference that I am seeing is that there is less voltage drop on the Warhorse at 2 ohms than it is on the DD M5000 at 2 ohms. But that doesn't make it better because the M5000 is for people to actually run it at 1 ohm and get the 5,000 plus wattage. So you can't ask me which one do I prefer there. What I've noticed that they both sound. I'm surprised that the Warhorse sounds as good as the M5000 because of the full bridge. The 2 ohm load is able to make the 2 ohm load gives me more control and I like how my music sounds. So I can't say which one I prefer. I can put the M5000 in and do the exact same thing. I'm only bringing y'all products that are good. I don't do best scenarios. There's not even the best eight. Man, you say it all the time. You love that Solo X. I do love the Solo X, but I'm gonna be on completely upfront and honest with you. That 24 millimeter X Max, the lows are gonna be more pronounced and easier to develop because it has more X Max than everybody else. Also, that motherfucker is here because I asked for it. That's just straight up fact too. I got a Solo X8 because I proved to Steve that he can make some that if you put a motor on the back side of it, it'll shut down the industry. It is shutting down the industry. Pure Sheet just did a 150 with two of them. I think he's going to get that title that the sundown, but he didn't rupture. He say he didn't rupture the spider because now that he know, I'm tempted to send him some recones because he can't get him down there and say, okay, now that you know what the limitation is and what you have to do to make up for that 6 millimeter difference, I firmly believe that he could take 2 of them jokers and do the exact same score as them ZH did. Or maybe I want him to do that. I don't know. I ain't decided yet. But yes, that's the reason why I love the Solo 8. Because in my opinion, that's my personal subwoofer. That's my personal subwoofer. They made that joker for me. I said it. I asked for it. I proved the market be done for it. And they made it for me. Now y'all get to get one too. Because he wasn't gonna make the subwoofer for one person. But that's my boy right there. I'm gonna stand behind him all the time.
I believe it. MB has a personal connection. I'll say it again. I said it last live stream today. I was about to go out and do a little testing in my truck. And I was getting in my truck, warming it up, about to go take off and make a video. MB call.
Mm-hmm.
He know when I'm about to go out there and put a hurting on him.
Yeah, they be trying. My boy got one 4K though, 40K. Yeah, so it's a badass thing, and he just shut down the industry. I heard it from distributors and all. I was number one selling 8 right now for the last year, and they came out at the same time. It came. Retard thought he was going to eclipse with that 9. He thought he was going to clip the solo sales, and no, no. You lowered the price of your joker twice. GP, what that place called? GP, they selling that joker for $524 because they can't sell it for $69. They can't sell it.
You ain't put on buy one get one free yet.
For the end of the year, if I have my way, I have my way.
That's the BOGO.
Yeah, for real, I have my way. As Alexander said, you ain't showed no tool in the ported application did anything in a ported box. Do anything greater than 144.
Somebody did a 143 with 2
No, 144.
Somebody did a 144
with 2 of them in the ported box. Yeah, I don't know who did. Alexander Harris said he keeps saying that all over social media, Facebook, that the greatest score that anybody done with 2 of them is 144. We ain't talking about that specialized box that Pure Sheets got. We talking about in a ported application. Head to head.
I haven't seen them.
I haven't seen it. That's what I'm saying. Is he saying that 144?
I ain't seen nobody running them, to be honest with you.
Is he saying that 144 based off your score? I haven't seen or heard that. Even though boy down there got it.
He ain't got bad for 40 yet.
No, I'm talking about with the Solo X8. MB score with the Solo X8. They haven't beat it here yet.
No, he talking about the Z8. The Z8 ain't made it past 144.
Look at this question right here. I gotta ask this right here. Box too big, the sub won't take power. What's too big? I'm saying within manufacturer recommendation. I don't build boxes bigger than manufacturer recommendation. That's why I had it since I've been having 5 years. I don't build boxes bigger than manufacturer recommendation. I'm gonna put you in a box what the manufacturer recommend. I'm never gonna give you the boxes I do, but I'm running the box now that's in this 2.2. That's 1.1 to the stubs. And I will probably and we'll probably bottom out. This is true. You run the box too big, it will bottom out. A little larger than is recommended, and you get emphasis on lows, but power handling will drop some. Here's the thing I'm asking. Are y'all more concerned with power handling or output? Ain't we concerned with output? Or you just won't be able to say you got a shit ton of power on the sub? If it take you 3,000 to do whatever the fucking score you want to do at a certain frequency, and I take half of that by using the box and do the exact same thing, I'm losing because you want to throw more power? We got the same output.
The sense does that make? You know what I'm saying? Why do you have to put more power to it?
He said that comment wasn't for you. He was just stating what somebody else was talking about, I guess.
Oh,
he commented down the bottom. Yeah,
they need to understand that. Sometimes, man, if you maximize your air, quantity does not also mean quantity. I mean, quantity does not mean quality. I like bass, and I like
low bass.
I like low bass. The bass I like is not up 40 and above. I don't like that. The bass I like primary starts 35 and under. It's from 28 to 35. 28, I love that. I even say 25 to 35. But my subsonic said at 28 because I'm running eights. I love that bass. I love it. I love it. That's what I like low bass. But I see this. Not everybody like it like me. Only come to me if you like low bass. If you want your box tuned 38, 40 hertz, 42, don't come to me. Very popular people out there that make boxes tune that fucking high. Particularly on the seat of the truck. They do a whole video. Yeah, that's a 130 at 30 hertz. That's interesting. MBE got a 140 at 30 hertz. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say nothing. But don't I say that video. You might want to take that video down. You might want to take that video down. Cause I got plenty of people that doing right here. Right here. 140, 29 hertz. Yeah. Riding.
Stock electrical.
Stock electrical.
Stock electrical.
JP fucking 23.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On that goddamn man.
Said, tell me it ain't the box.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It is what it is. He said he think Apple's lowest is 44 hertz.
Yeah, that's not true.
That ain't true there, homie.
Say what?
Yeah, what he said. I think Apple lowest is 44 hertz.
That they only play music that goes down to 44 hertz and that's it.
Yeah,
nah.
My box wouldn't make no noise. That's what I ride around to is 33 hertz. So if it only go down to 44 hertz, we got a problem, Houston, because that's how I'm doing what I'm doing. If you know.
I played Apple Music in my truck before, man. Now I prefer Spotify lossless than Apple, but MB, you play Apple a lot though, don't you?
That's all I play.
That's all you play, and we already know.
That bro, that Spotify something serious.
Hey, Spotify when Spotify came out with their lossless, oh my god,
yeah. I heard you
man.
like that. No, I don't want to put the hands on nobody. I don't condone violence. I don't condone violence anyway. I don't run from it.
MB said, I don't condone violence, but I'll reach out and touch a motherfucker just.
Facts.
I ain't run from it. I ain't run from it at all. That's one of the reasons why I don't primarily, because I know me, man. I know me. I ain't. I see all the briefing. I done made a lot of enemies up there. So and this is why I say this. I gotta say this here. You got these big shows, and you got these big shows. Everybody scraping on the coast and all these different names of these big shows. But there's another market of shows that they don't recognize. Black people do their own shows. Am I lying, Fred?
Facts.
They do their own little small cardio shows. They don't never talk about that on social media. Cause them shows ain't sanctioned. They not recognized because they ain't got certain names in it. So I know what I'm saying about cardio. It's a lot of racism in this fucking cardio shit. I'm just the one gonna call it out. You can see it. We had a bunch of shows in Miami and Alabama and with Georgia, Alabama. They little small shows. They call them a chitlin circuit show. That's their term. The chitlin circuit show.
It just killed me though. Like, how can it be? I don't know, man. I'll be scratching my head. Like, how can it be that much racism in car audio, man, when you playing that much music that's made by black folks?
Because they don't want nobody. They don't want black people to have the control of the money. That's the whole problem. That's the whole problem with B2 Audio on Sunday. They don't want man, we don't control nothing and shit. They will give me. I don't care how it affect me. He can put me up here to change the face of cardio. They ain't threatening. But there's some people out here threatening. They don't want they don't want us to make no money. Kicker and DD sponsor Black Wall Street shows back and forth every year. There's 2 shows a year. The bike, DD do the bike. I think now Kicker gonna do the bike in the car. They've been doing this without blowing the whistle, blowing the horn, telling everybody they doing the shit. But these other shows, only thing they want to use black people for to make it seem like they got some cultural diversity, so they get your fucking money. That's it. They Kicker took a lot of heat, stabbing me, man, while you had them on the show before you had such on the show. Why are you so upset about it? Listen, man, let me tell you something. We make the music.
Crazy, bro.
We make the music. We made it all the way down there in Miami with Uncle Luke. We made the music. We don't need to control that. We don't control distributorship. We don't control distributorship, which is where the money is. That's who be giving these labels all the money. I don't care how much we be talking about cash money, this, that, and the cash money got a boss. The people that gave him the money. You see how Michael Jackson got killed for his masters. What's going on with R. Kelly? All them motherfuckers free. Trump a fucking freak. Let this shit come out of Epstein files. All this throwback and shit to get them catalogs. When Michael Jackson bought the Beatles catalog, he sealed his own fucking death.
Sad to say.
There's too much money in there, bro. You got to come up off that. They try to buy back from him. They said no. He was dead within a year. He's a fact. So we make the music. Primarily, hip hop music got a lot of bass. I mean, when it was they ain't go bassing and rattling, and that bass that's not music. Not hip hop all over the fucking world. We don't control the replication. We don't control the replication. We ain't even got a voice in America in the replication of it. Not one minority-owned car to come. Not one. Are you trying to play the rich card? No, I ain't playing the rich card. I'm pointing the fucking fact. Right. What I'm saying is I'm hoping that kid watching this or some young man getting inspired. Math, man. Take your ass to school, become an electrical mechanical engineer, finish the whole course, don't drop off on the technical stuff like Jacob told you he did. Put it right down the about page. We ain't took it out. Do the whole course. Come out your own subwoofer. There's people out. Let me tell you who tried and got blackballed. He still ain't got his stuff. P-Boys. Y'all be seeing me wearing that P-Boys cardio shirt? It's my people. Walk that yard. You talk that lingo. Got the money. Thoroughly cleaned up now. Man, you'd be surprised what I have to go through to get my stuff going. Yeah, that part. J. Home can't get a leg work here in America. For a long time, he wouldn't nobody know he was black.
Crazy, bro.
That's how I go. Let me tell you something.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah, but that's just the truth. Here in the city of Atlanta, we had an old lady gang, and we had Frost Bistro. I figured it, both of them. Always tip big. My wife would tell you, whatever I ate, I'm tipping 50%. Whatever I ate, I'm tipping 50%. I'm always ordering 3 appetizers, 3 entrees, couple of drinks. And whatever I order, I'm tipping 50%. I'm going to give Old Lady Gang and Frost whatever they want for their meal. And I'm going to give the person that served me 50% of what I paid for. They still went out of business. Because we don't support our own for shit. We're so busy trying to fit in, brown nose, be accepted. We don't support our own for shit. For nothing. Oh, man, I bought it out. You motherfuckers will make an excuse for any goddamn thing, but you'll cry if a white cop killed a black man. But you ain't crying when a black boy killed a black boy in Chicago. I'm just here to tell you the truth, the fact. We don't support each other for shit. So busy trying to fit in and be accepted. So busy to make sure the spotlight don't get on you so they won't get at you. Me, I don't give a fuck. My faith was in Christ, God. I don't care if they spotlight, man. You gonna lose subscribers. You're gonna lose our followers. Talking about sundown. I'm still here, bitch.
There you go. There you go.
Been in that jungle for 2 years. I'm still here. Ain't nothing wrong with supporting yourself, supporting your own every now and then. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Ain't to spread the love around, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it. They ain't gonna kill you. They ain't gonna put a cross in your front yard and burn it. If they do, you know what the motherfucking shit to do, don't you? You know what to do when they put it out there, don't you? That's what I was telling you in that live today. Yeah, this is Cal. You can't go nowhere. I ain't at all. It's like when a guy told me the other day. He said, what the black guy told me in the gym? Hey man, come on, man. You gotta make sure he said Trump trying to take your right to vote. I said Trump ain't trying to take my motherfucking right to vote. You want identification? No, that's just the first step. Then we got to make sure we vote for that and for our civil rights. That's a civil right. Civil rights, man. That's what they fought for. I said, I was born in 1972, bro. And it was black men I was talking to. I got born in 1972. Let me explain something to you. I was born free. Let a motherfucker try to take my goddamn civil right. Disrespect me. Any kind of way in public. Tell me to go do something he can do for his motherfucking self. Put his hands on my family and me. Because he think, let that shit happen. One of us ain't going to be here. I'm going to live free. I'm going to die free for real. I'll be laughing when I see that on people's shirt, live free, die free. I said, that's fucking funny. When was you ever not free? But I can tell you when my motherfucking ass wasn't free, and those that looked like me wasn't, but I was born free. I don't care if they don't vote it in. Let a motherfucker violate who I am as a man. I don't give a fuck about the law. The law will tell you that. I don't care nothing about that shit. But I see that's where you at, because you believe that. We got vote to protect our right to vote. Are you serious in 2026? Well, you know about the amendment. Then fuck the fucking amendment. Are you gonna let them violate you because hey, look, you gonna do what I tell you to do because the law say I can? Yo, come on. Some of y'all really believe that's what y'all gonna fucking do. I'll die that day. Cause I'm gonna be the first to say I ain't doing it. My wife ain't gonna do it. My kid ain't gonna do it. Neither one boy, I ain't doing it. Period. I ain't got no fear. I was born free. You see, I got freedom of speech. I'm gonna use it till the day I die. Moabi. I'll be laughing. I see him with the flag. What's up, son? No. With the flag and all that. It's amazing. Fight for freedom, huh? When was you ever not free? And it is what it is. And they got some that gonna fight with me that don't look like me. But that's just the truth. You don't like when I put it in your face, but I'm gonna put it in your face. It is what it is. Take it or leave it. But that's a part of how I think. And I see it. We ain't got no representation. When they say taxation representation, shit, I got spendation. We ain't got no representation in cardio. Not one. Not one. But you bobbing your head, basically. Woo, 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 woo. Then people ask me, why you out with kicking DD so much? They broke rules for me. The same day they told Scott Dillbeck he can't have a shop because he ain't got no storefront, is the exact same day they let me set up my garage. Fact, not fiction. God knows. So yeah, I'm gonna stand by. I know everybody ain't like that. I'm gonna put the spotlight on the bullshit. Fact is, what y'all gonna do about it? I think I'm strong enough now to do that. But if I ain't strong enough to lose it all, it don't make no difference. I ain't gonna make me bite my motherfucking tongue. I ain't coming to fit in.
Keep spinning.
World keep spinning. I ain't coming. Boy, look, I told a young man today. I said, you got a twin? He said, no. I said, me neither. I came here by myself, and I ain't seen anybody seen a double bunk coffin? I ain't seen none. I always see them drop one at a time. Even when a whole bunch of people die, they put one body in one coffin. So I came by myself, and I'm gonna leave by myself. And if you violate me, you might come right along with me.
But not in the same coffin.
But not in the same coffin. here for an hour, man. You still rock with me tomorrow. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Those that know I ain't saying nothing but the truth. If I lost you because of that, you was never with me in the first place. Hey, y'all be blessed.
Hey, MB. It was a lot of questions, man. Y'all come back. We doing one Sunday?
We can do one tomorrow. Well, my niece over here.
Yeah, we're doing Sunday.
We gonna definitely do one Sunday. I might come back tomorrow. Tomorrow. You know, okay. I like to have
we missed a lot of questions. There's a lot of questions up in here, man. We want to make sure we get to y'all questions and everything. But
I was answering the best I could over in the comments. I was doing the best I could.
But I had to say that. I've been talking about it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In fact, I addressed it. I cleaned it up for Ken.
Don't clean it up. Don't clean it up. Don't clean it up for me, brother.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. He said, don't. He said, I think you might want to present it. I said, okay. See, unlike others, I keep people around me that have a different opinion that can check me. That's why I took myself off last year. Remember, I was the only one talking for the last 4 years. I'm everything I say is right. I said, nah, that ain't gonna be working. I'm gonna wind up getting like this dude here. Each one of these men got an opinion different from mine, and there's two more behind the scene. And my best friend. Sometimes they MB don't do that. Don't say that. Or don't do this. Nah, that ain't right. You wrong. I got people around me that gonna check me all the time. I do that.
Iron sharpens iron, man. Steel sharpens steel.
Facts.
But this platform was up here for a reason. The first reason this platform was up here to bring awareness to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. All men are created equal in the sight of God. That's the first step of my channel. Then, tell them the truth, I'm gonna be with you. Jesus been told him, I'm gonna be with you. And everything you don't be like he did Martin Luther King. I'm gonna be with you. Just do what I tell you. I'm gonna be with you. Y'all be blessed.